consistently ran it hard.
Gets a block from Langston Walker and runs for a Raider first down.
Read it right. Protected it.
And he's able to spin off a tackle and pick up a pretty good run straight ahead.
Caught it.
Campbell back gun. McFadden's open. Got it. He is hit. He dives for the pylon. Is he in? Touchdown! Touchdown, Darren McFadden.
Raiders Replay is brought to you by California Lottery. Raiders Scratcher tickets give you 2 chances to win cash or great Raiders prizes.
Welcome to the Raiders Report. I'm your host, JT. Although the Raiders lost last Sunday in Nashville to the Titans, the organization learned a lot more about running back Darren McFadden. The versatile back can make plays on the ground in the running game, but I like what he can do outside the pocket in the passing game. And for years on this show, I've been saying more of Darren McFadden is a good thing. Now, I've gotten to know Darren over the last couple of years, and he's a great player, not only on the field, but what he does in the community. From shaking hands and going to countless appearances, he's proven once again why the Raiders drafted him.
How you doing?
Fine.
All right.
Raiders running back Darren McFadden knows a thing or two about nutrition and exercise.
Without being healthy and being fit, I wouldn't be able to be in the position that I am today. So that's why I just try to always eat healthy and be active all the time.
That's why he was at Grant Elementary School in Richmond to promote a new program put together by the NFL and the National Dairy Council.
Mr. McFadden is here to talk about a very special program, Fuel Up to Play 60.
The program is intended to encourage children to eat well and be active every day.
If you eat healthy, it helps your body to grow strong and be big and fast. You try to instill it in yourself at a young age that you want to try to study hard and always turn your work in on time.
When they hear him talk about what he did as a child, very inspirational to the students to do the same.
It just reinforces the importance of good nutrition and the importance of getting a good education, and that anything is truly possible if you really put your mind to it.
They hear it a lot from their teachers and parents about being outside and being healthy. Hearing it from me, someone who's been in their shoes recently, it means a lot.
But what means even more than hearing it is seeing it in action. One lucky student played catch with McFadden in front of the entire school.
It was pretty fun with him, and then we were just throwing it back and forth.
Health and fitness are part of the reason why Darren McFadden is in the NFL. Because of Fuel Up to Play 60, the students of Grant Elementary School are one step closer.
Let's give Darren a big thank you.
When we return on the Raiders Report, we'll break down the meaning of the term, the team of the decades.
And he brings the folks in the black hole with a Raider touchdown.
Welcome back to the Raiders Report. I'm JT. Despite recent years of defeat, the Raiders are still the only team to open up the last 4 decades by appearing in the AFC Championship game. That's why the silver and black is still referred to as the team of the decades. With a strong 69 season, expectations were high for the silver and black in the first season of the AFL-NFL merger. 43-year-old George Blanda's last-second heroics led the Raiders to 4 victories and 1 tie in a 5-game stretch, the turning point of their season. Head coach John Madden led the team to first place in the AFC West. The Raiders traveled to Baltimore to face the Colts in the first ever AFC Championship game, and Blanda became the oldest quarterback to play in a conference championship game. After 2 average seasons, the 1980 Raiders were picked by critics to finish dead last in the division. Despite being underdogs, Flores led the team to an 11-5 record. Journeyman Jim Plunkett completed one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history. Written off by many, Plunkett replaced the injured Dan Pastorini in Week 5 and won 9 out of 11 starts, earning the team a wild card berth. From roaming the sidelines to making headlines, Plunkett led the team to 4 playoff victories, including a Super Bowl 15 win over the Eagles. His 3-touchdown pass performance earned him MVP honors as the Raiders became the first wild card team to win the Super Bowl. Head coach Art Shell led the team to a 12-4 mark, earning him the NFL's Coach of the Year honors. Coming off his 4th consecutive 20-home run season with the Kansas City Royals, Bo Jackson joined the Raiders in Week 7 and ran for 2 touchdowns, making an immediate impact.
60 minutes of football.
Riding a 5-game winning streak into the playoffs, the Silver and Black took care of the Bengals, booking them a trip to Orchard Park, New York, to face the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. The beginning of the new millennium was much like the last 3 decades. The Raiders pounded their way to a 12-4 record in their first of 3 consecutive AFC West titles, leading the NFL in rushing offense. There were 4 Pro Bowlers on the roster, including Lincoln Kennedy and Steve Wisniewski, who paved the way for running back Tyrone Wheatley.
And he greets the folks in the black hole with a Raider touchdown.
Wheatley was cast off by 2 teams before the Silver and Black, and he led the Raiders in rushing and scored 9 touchdowns en route to an AFC championship. The Raiders have lived up to the moniker, the team of the decades, for 50 years. Like the great teams of the past, the 2010 version of the Silver and Black combines unique character, personality, and talent with one goal in mind. The hopes of the Raider Nation and the Raider organization is that 2010 is a prelude for future greatness for the Silver and Black, and that history repeats itself like it has at the beginning of the last 4 decades.
Earlier this week, the preliminary list of nominees for the 2011 Hall of Fame class of the NFL was released. And for years on this show, we seem to be talking about some of the same names, some of the greatest Raider players to ever play in the league. And as we take a look at this list, here are several players that deserve immediate attention, guys that should have been selected years ago. We begin with Jim Plunkett. He was the first quarterback to take a wild card team to the Super Bowl in 1980. He was the MVP of Super Bowl 15. The great Lester Hayes, a 5-time Pro Bowler, 39 career interceptions, the Defensive Player of the Year in 1980. He led the NFL with 13 interceptions. Who could forget Ray Guy, the greatest punter of all time, a 7-time Pro Bowler, 3 Super Bowl victories, and the great former coach Tom Flores, the first minority coach to win a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl as a player, an assistant coach, a head coach, and one of only 2 to do so other than Mike Ditka. And a man who's not on the list, I can't believe it, Cliff Branch, one of the great receivers of all time, a 3-time Super Bowl champ who has better stats than several receivers who are already in the Hall of Fame. When we come back on the Raiders Report, we'll take you inside the locker room as the Silver and Black get ready for the home opener against the St. Louis Rams.
Let's go Raiders! Let's go Raiders!
Raiders, baby. Oakland, baby.
We've had people from Canada, we've had people from as far away as Indianapolis, LA, Oakland. I mean, it's everywhere. It's just crazy how many people have shown up. Raider Nation, man, that's all it is. Hey, where's the good party? We're going to be the one.
From St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada. We've had such a good time here. It's incredible. We're doing it again next year. We're going somewhere else.
Every year I come to a road game.
Every year?
One big road game. I was in Dallas last year for Thanksgiving.
Just win, baby!
Welcome back to the program. I'm JT. You know, it never ceases to amaze me how many Raider fans show up on the road. As you saw in Nashville, whenever the Silver and Black go out on a road trip, the Raider Nation is always there in full support. Now we get you ready for Sunday's game against the Rams, and this is a big one. The Raiders have an opportunity to put that loss in Nashville behind them and get up for this game. Tremendous momentum out of the gate. The Raiders have to pounce on the Rams, who have a big-time running back in Steven Jackson. And remember, Sam Bradford threw it for over 50 times in last Sunday's loss against the Arizona Cardinals. I expect the Raider defense to be in the backfield the entire game, get the crowd into the game, and get a big win at home and get the momentum moving. This is the 2-minute drill.
Looking at the Rams, the way they played the Cardinals last week, it's a totally different football team than the team they had in 2009.
What they do is present a real pressure issue for you.
They added some guys to their defense. Their defense, I think, is playing great.
Very hungry defense. You know, the guys are flying around, so that's something that we have to watch out for. Any team that you play against, they're going to try to strip the ball. We know they did a tremendous job of doing that, so we just have to be ready for it.
We do got to come out and start faster, and, you know, our first 12 plays, we got to be on point.
Jackson's a great running back in the league. Everybody knows he's a powerful back, so we'll have our hands full again this week.
Playing against Steven's a lot like playing against Michael Bush. You know, you got a big banger that's strong and can finish, and that's his deal. And then, you know, Steven gets going. He's kind of like that 18-wheeler. He gets moving, get moving. Once he's in motion, man, he's a load, and that's Mike. You know, so I think we're probably prepared in many ways for a guy like that.
Anytime you get a younger guy in, you know, like I said, just with the experience at this level, you know, the game is a little bit faster. You might throw different looks at people to try to confuse them. You know, you definitely want to keep pressuring them and make them make hard decisions and cover receivers tight and things like that. You want to make them, try to force them to make mistakes.
What we need to do to win, and that's stop the run and go try to get their quarterback on the ground.
We have high expectations. You know, the guys want to come out and definitely fight, and I think everybody is looking forward to getting back out there and proving themselves.
Playing at home Sunday will be exciting because it's our place and it's our fans.
Nothing like a home opener. And the home opener is always a big game, and I'm pretty sure the Oakland fans would like to see a different team than what we saw and what they saw last weekend on the road. So, you know, it's definitely an opportunity for us. It's exciting. It'll be my first game at home.
I think it'll be great here for the guys to come out here, and I know everybody's jacked up and excited. You know, we want to get that bad taste out of our mouth, and we definitely want to come here and win inside of our home stadium.
We'll be excited and ready to go.
There are no easy opponents, as you know, in the NFL, and the Raiders must be prepared to take on the St. Louis Rams. Our newest correspondent on the Raiders Report is always prepared for every show. Here's Jeanette Thompson.
Thank you, JT. This week on Time Out with Jeanette Thompson, I sit down with cornerback Nnamdi Asomugha to find out what he received, what he worked on, and what he accomplished, all during his off-season.
You have done a lot, especially in your off-season. The last award that I saw that you received, the Jefferson Award.
Oh, yeah. The Jefferson Award was big in Washington, D.C.
Just want to thank you guys for this humbling award. On behalf of all of the athletes out there that are doing the work in the communities.
The Jefferson Award, it was great. It was in Washington, D.C. It was the first time that they included athletes, which I thought was, you know, just amazing.
You're working on a Vince Lombardi trophy, I presume.
Well, that's the goal. That's the goal. I've been working on that for 7 years now, so at some point that's going to happen. Hopefully that's this year.
And something you've been working on for the past few years, an Emmy.
An Emmy, yes, that's on the way too.